You're watching Eye on Africa. These are our headlines this evening. Tunisia is gearing up for a referendum next Monday that will consolidate powers in the presidency. Critics say it's a power grab. We'll get some reactions from Tunisians a few days ahead of the vote. Kenya's presidential campaign has been hit by misinformation and fake news on social media. We'll hear more on that and other aspects of the final weeks of campaigning from our correspondent in Nairobi. And it's the last days of the Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, with the host nation taking on South Africa on Saturday for the title. The runoff for third place takes place on Friday between Nigeria and Zambia. Thanks for watching. I'm James Creedon. Now, the Arab Spring started in Tunisia, but it's a distant memory for those lamenting a sharp turn towards autocracy. President Kais Saïed proposed a new constitution this month that would limit the role of Parliament and boost his own role. The constitution will be put to a referendum on Monday in a vote most political parties have already rejected. Political tensions are running high. Those supporting a yes vote and President Kais Saïed are on the campaign trail, while many opposition political parties are instead calling for a boycott. Here's more from our team in Tunis.
In Zanouch, in Tunisia's southeast, near the Gafsa mining basin, Kais Saïed supporters are campaigning for a yes vote.
Will you be voting on election day? So be the voting office close to you.
Like in the 2019 presidential election, the campaign is organized by volunteers who say they support the changes brought on by Kais Saïed seizing power.
We represent all those who feel that after the revolution there wasn't a real improvement in their situation. So with this new constitution, there's hope to go towards something more positive.
Among residents, some aren't easily convinced. Many haven't read the draft constitution.
I don't know how to read. A little bit, but I have confidence in the president.
Despite this support, most of the political class and elites are boycotting the referendum, considering it an illegal and biased project. Still, the election board continues its preparation.
We will work to make the referendum democratic, pluralistic and transparent.
To ensure transparency, national and international observers are authorized to enter voting centers, just like in other elections since 2011. MOROCCO is a Tunisian association. It is training 3,000 observers.
We will try to mobilize as many observers as possible to ensure observation on voting day, because everyone knows there's a certain vagueness about the electoral process.
The rushed automatic enrollment of 2 million new voters, the extended opening hours of the voting centers from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., amidst a tense political climate will mean observers might need extra vigilance on voting day.
Now, in less than 3 weeks, Kenyans will head to the polls to elect a new president. Our correspondents in Nairobi have been following the various campaigns on the campaign trail and online. And no surprises, there has been spin and misinformation and fake news during this campaign season. Now, elsewhere, in tensions between various sides, the Deputy President William Ruto's Kenya Kwanza Alliance said that they're going to be heading to court to challenge Sports Kenya's decision to stop them from using a Nyayo Stadium for their last big rally. For more on all that, here's Vivian Wandera in Nairobi.
This move comes after it emerged that both Raila Odinga's alliance and William Ruto's alliance had booked the venue for use on the same day. Now, the Nyayo Stadium is important to the politicians as it has the capacity to host 45,000 people and also sits in the central place in the city. Despite providing receipts to show that they had booked the venue earlier, a statement by Sports Kenya indicated that both the Nyayo Stadium and the Moi International Sports Centre Kasarani had been booked for peace concerts between the 5th and 7th of August, making them unavailable for use by the Deputy President's alliance. Now, in a surprise move, the Deputy President also confirmed that he will be attending the presidential debate, which is set for the 26th of July, despite previously saying that he will not attend, citing media bias. Social media has been abuzz ever since Tuesday's Deputy President's debate, with some users saying that Rigathi Gachagua, who is William Ruto's running mate, outshined Raila Odinga's running mate, Martha Karua. Now, as the country draws even closer to the elections, social media companies have been ramping up their fight against fake news and misinformation. Meta, which was previously known as Facebook, has launched a series of policies and products to help promote transparency in political advertising. According to Meta, in the 6 months leading up to April of 2022, they took action on more than 37,000 videos which had violated their hate speech policies on Facebook and Instagram in Kenya. Now, this move was expected as Kenya has a high internet penetration rate, standing at 87%.
Now, Amnesty International has called for an investigation into a massacre of more than 400 Amhara civilians last month. That massacre took place in Ethiopia's Oromia region. Eyewitnesses have blamed a local rebel group for the killings. The Oromo Liberation Army has denied those accusations. They say government-allied militias were responsible. Now, Oromia is Ethiopia's most populous region and has seen an uptick in violence in recent months. The World Health Organization is announcing the next step in its rollout of the world's first malaria vaccine in 3 African countries, Ghana, Kenya and Malawi. Now, the WHO endorsed the vaccine last fall as an historic breakthrough in the fight against disease, yet the vaccine sold by GlaxoSmithKline is only about 30% effective and requires 4 doses. Now, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation told AP that this week that they will no longer offer direct financial support, although it will continue to fund an alliance backing the vaccine. Now, however, the shot is still being heralded as a major breakthrough. Let's take a listen.
The introduction of malaria vaccine is truly a historic achievement. It is our sincere belief that getting these vaccines to the arms of as many children as possible, as fast as possible, will make a dent to this killer disease.
It is a projected that at scale, using this vaccine could save tens of thousands of young lives each year. But we'll need increased supply of the vaccine so Africa can reap the benefits of this additional tool for malaria prevention.
Now, the effects of the war in Ukraine are rippling out to other continents. Egypt, as elsewhere in Africa, has been hit by hikes in the prices of fuel. But petrol is still heavily subsidised by Cairo. Every 3 months, a government committee meets to decide on the prices at the pumps. And right now, they've never been higher. Now, Egyptians are already struggling with an inflation rate of over 13% and a 20% drop of the value of the currency. Here's more from our Cairo bureau.
Prices at the pump are starting to hurt here in Egypt, 1 week after the latest increase in the price of fuel, the 3rd this year. It's a devastating blow for taxi drivers. AHMED already works 12-hour days, 6 days a week, but only earns €200 a month.
They adjusted our meters, actually quite reasonably, but the increase in prices is affecting everyone, so there are fewer customers. A lot fewer. Sometimes I have to drive around for an hour to find one. And finally, when I do, I realize that what he's paying for the journey only covers what I've spent on fuel.
And this time, public transport isn't spared the rise in prices, an average increase of between 5% and 7%. A decision which, according to this economist, risks pushing a large portion of the population into poverty.
The first category that are going to be impacted negatively are the poorest people. But middle class also going to be affected badly because middle class use mostly transportation or they have their private cars. The inflation that will happen due to this increasing in the prices. So this inflation will also affect the middle class mainly badly.
But at the market, customers are already adapting.
Instead of buying a kilo, I only buy half, and instead of buying 2 cheeses, I only take 1. And I make do with that until the next shopping trip. From now on, I'm trying to save whatever I can and spend as little as possible.
At the end of March, Cairo asked the IMF for a new programme of financial assistance, the 3rd in 6 years. The negotiations are ongoing.
Now to the Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Nigeria won the last 2 tournaments in 2014 and 2018. But this time round, there'll be a fighting for 3rd place. The runoff for 3rd position takes place on Friday between Nigeria and Zambia. The final is Saturday in Rabat, where the hosts Morocco will take on South Africa, who were the pre-tournament favourites. Aziza Knight Sibaha is in Morocco for France 24. Let's take a listen to her.
The two losing teams of the semi-finals are trying to end their quest in Morocco on a high by winning the bronze medal in the third-place playoff on Friday. The Nigeria Super Falcons will be crossing swords with the mayors of Zambia during this last clash of the African tournament as some consolation.
I think to play with 9 players for probably almost an hour just shows how gritty we are, and we're not a team that's ever going to give up. Yeah, it's hard to take. Congratulations to Morocco. I actually hope they win it all. They have a great crowd, great support.
On the other hand, Morocco and South Africa are to contest the WAFCON final on Saturday night. The Atlas Lionesses are making history at home after qualifying for the first time to the World Cup and defeating Nigeria during the semi-finals.
I'm so happy for the whole team. You know, we keep writing history, but I'm not surprised. We have a very, very good team and we deserve everything that we're doing so far.
It's amazing. I know coming into this match, we knew Nigeria was a very tough opponent. They were one of the favorites of the tournament. But well, at the end, we played our football and we came out with a win, which is what we wanted. So very happy.
As for the South African Banyana, they reached the final for the 6th time as they beat Zambia thanks to a penalty from Linda Motlalo with virtually the last kick of the game. The WAFCON final will take place here in Rabat at the Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium, while Nigeria and Zambia will battle it out for the 3rd place at the Mohammed V Stadium in Casablanca.
All right, and that's all for this edition of AYANE Africa. Thanks for watching. Do stay tuned.